is Rob Rossi, and I'm opening up Bestellen restaurant.
I can't believe you're building it yourself.
Well, give us a chance.
Bring somebody in for sake.
You think I really want to stay in here dirty?
You want to be open, so.
I'm just scared that we're gonna lose. We could lose everything.
Previously on opening Bestellen. Can't do any more of this right now. My face is itchy. So like, I'm gonna clean this up, cube it. It probably will be enough.
I can't believe you're building it yourself.
The capacity right here. The fucking city is so tough here.
I wish it felt better. It was a lot of work to get those.
This is a good fucking start to the week. That's our makeup air and our fan unit for our hood system. Outside waiting to go on the roof that can't go on the roof because the roof has to be replaced, but we can't replace the roof because it's raining. This is the disaster area. So hopefully we'll get that closed off today. There's my hoods. They're pretty big, but I mean the restaurant's big. The restaurant's, basically 100 seats, right? I think that the kitchen's gonna be amazing. I think that if anything, I've went a little too aggressive with stuff. I could have probably built my way up. Like I didn't need to have all the things that I have, but I think that if you plan on being busy and if you plan on being successful, then what's the difference? Whatever, let's start off good and let's hopefully keep it busy where I can justify buying all this stuff. And I will make sure this restaurant doesn't open prior to people knowing what the they're doing. There's no way that I'm serving food or alcohol until people know what things are, where they go, how it's cooked, how it's served, and how to get people in and out the doors properly. I just won't do it. I'll keep the doors locked until that happens. Ernie, can you be quiet, please? Well, I'm about to do some hiring, and I want to really get some of these guys, I want to get them in the kitchen with me and cook a few things and see where they're at. And obviously, because we don't have a kitchen yet at Bestellen, they're going to be coming to my house and we're going to be cooking together. Okay, so what's in there? Cocoa powder?
Cocoa powder, sugar, flour, and salt.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, it's really quite wet, eh?
Yep.
We're gonna be making some bread together. And it's important because it's a chance for me to see how she works. And it kind of doubles as menu testing for me because I already know what I want. So hopefully I can kill two birds with one stone. It's gotta be blazing hot.
Ah.
You know what I mean? But we want this thing like crazy hot. And then we're gonna put the lid on it, we're gonna put it away, we're not gonna touch it for half an hour. Okay? I have a kind of an interesting technique that I'm using. It's not my technique, it's a technique that I've researched, but it works really well, and I'm baking them in cast irons. You take this out, and you gotta go fast.
Yeah.
Like, don't let too much heat come out of the oven.
Okay.
See how hot that is?
Ah, I saw it.
Okay, so check it
Lots
out.
of heat. Yeah.
This is the cut side.
Yeah.
Flip it over, okay? And then what
okay.
we'll do is I'll score it, okay?
Yeah.
And then lay the bread in there. This is cool because it's a weird shape. That's what you want. You don't want them to be like. There's nothing cool about perfect looking anything. Okay?
Oh, okay.
So 515, lids on.
How long?
I think in reality that oven's probably 500.
Oh.
Okay? Maybe 500.
Convention. Yeah.
That's it. So you see how easy it is?
Yeah.
So now half an hour after that we pull the lid off.
Yeah.
Then 15 minutes.
Ah.
Okay? So this bread's well over a day old. Feel it. It's still pretty good.
Yeah, it's good.
It's good, eh?
Yeah, it's good. It's awesome.
See what I mean? Like it doesn't dry out.
Yeah.
It smells like bread.
It smells really good. You're good.
I'm not good. It's not like I said.
Seriously.
No.
It is. Smells really good.
It smells good, yeah. I'm really stoked about the bread right now because it's one of those few things that I've ever done in cooking where you plan for it to be really good and then you do everything you need to do to make it good and it actually turns out well. Okay, let's see how this bread turned out. What do you think? You think it worked?
Yeah. Just like that.
Yeah. And now we'll let it get brown.
It's awesome.
But like, see the shape?
Yeah.
Like, they're all different. Like, you know, we can play with it so they're always the same.
Looks good though. Yeah.
Yeah, but like the idea is that they're rustic pieces of bread. Sometimes in cooking, ideas are great, and then execution sort of falls down. In this case, it's kind of like everything has worked out perfectly.
Wow.
Pretty good, eh?
Yeah.
This is a state-of-the-art push broom.
$200, guy. More shit. There's garbage everywhere. GP's a good friend of mine. He's one of my best friends.
Fourth skid in 2 weeks. This one's double the size of the ones we typically get, but just taking out all the junk, dirt, gravel, roofing supplies.
He's going to be taking on a role as a bar manager here.
But slowly but surely, it's all getting done. All hands are on deck. So, I mean, hopefully it gets done sooner rather than later. Right, Ron? Right, buddy.
He's awesome. He's always here to help. Sweeping, cleaning, painting. He's just a good guy, and I'm glad to have him on the team.
There's like 7 more piles.
What?
There's like 7 more piles.
Oh, shit.
You want me to come around tomorrow?
Again, I don't know what time. Like, I'll probably be here at the same time. Yeah, but I'm going to be here till these guys go, and I don't know what time it is.
So you'll be here till 8, 9 o'clock tonight.
It depends how long they are. And then I got to go to Enoteca, go pick up some salumi from Grant, and then go back to Craig's. Backpack it. I'm really looking for people that are passionate about cooking and that take it serious. Your email address was on your resume, right? Okay, great. I'll send you one tonight. Okay, thank you. Goodbye. Hey, Chef Rob again. Good. So I'm just gonna get you in now. Just give me 1 second.
We need to fill the trust positions first.
It's gonna be long hours, and I really want him to want to be here. Okay, how about we do tomorrow? I can't do tomorrow. I can do Wednesday. Okay, do you want to do Wednesday at 11? Like, everybody else wants to go home at some point, but you want a guy that wants to put in the time. One, because he wants to learn, and two, because he takes pride and he just wants to be here. It feels like he has ownership over the place. So hopefully I can find a guy like that. I'm trying hard.
Hard workers, head down people that want to, you don't have to worry about, you know, get their shit done.
I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 interviews in the next 2 days. So I'm bound to find a decent one.
Some staff that I think we're both excited about, but definitely not near complete. There's still.
No.
I think this restaurant will operate about 30 staff.
Dishwasher, food runners, servers, bartenders, hostesses.
And we've 5 that we're interested in, so we're a ways away.
But the smaller staff doesn't matter. You can get those guys fast.
Yeah, you can get a bus.
But having said that, though, it is going to be December, and people will not leave their jobs. So it is smart to lock people in now.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, who are you going to find to work in December? Everybody's working in a busy kitchen.
Yeah, no one good. No one good will leave.
Having a chef that can actually manage the restaurant in a sense and be the guy that's reliable and, you know, he knows what's going on. He knows everything. So when I'm not here, I feel as if someone's taking control with the GM in tandem as a team and running this restaurant.
It's hard to find those people that still want to start fresh.
They just want to cook, put it on their resume, and leave. And that's okay. You need some of those people. but not in the management staff. The management staff has to be strong.
I think similar to Rob, he'll oversee the kitchen and I'll oversee the front. We both have to play the role of watching the whole restaurant.
I hope everything works out like I think. You can fill positions as sous chefs and managers, but if they don't have passion, they're just a warm body, and it's not going to help me. Just got an email now. Said he has to reschedule. How did I go from 3 cooking tests to 0? That is f***ing just. Oh my god.
When Andy walked through the door that day, we really knew that we were going to get. He was here to help move it to the next steps.
You want to do a shot of Ouzo or something? He's going to be doing our duct work, which is really cool because that's probably like the second biggest thing. Well, if not the biggest thing in the entire building is the HVAC.
You guys gotta move your bracing over. We need the drops open. I'm lining up all our duct work and we're starting to go tonight. Giddy up.
Wait, we gotta move. It's the entire hood system, the makeup air, the fans, air conditioner, heater, all the ducts. So it's a lot of stuff.
Well, you might as well move them. You're here.
Move.
Scaffold.
No, but they're all interlocked together. Just cut them. That's what they did over there. They just sawzalled there.
That's what I'm saying. If you guys want to move them over, that way you're done. Exactly.
So hold on, you're getting everybody here. You're gonna rock and roll tonight.
We're starting tonight. 3:45. I got a second guy. We got one guy coming probably around 2 o'clock, and that guy's coming at 3:45. I'm laying everything out so we can start rocking and rolling tonight.
Yeah.
Giddy up, yeah, man. And then tomorrow again.
You want to see the roof?
Yeah. Have they finished the roof up there?
Yeah, they're just doing the final touches.
Perfect.
That's what I said. How are you gonna get the units up here? You got a staircase there, and then I don't get it. I don't know how you're gonna get it up here. They're fucking massive units.
It's mind-boggling.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, what's gonna have to happen?
They shouldn't have done this yet.
They shouldn't have done it.
I know him from Mercado. He did a bunch of work for them. It's just cool because he brings a kind of positive spin to things, which is nice.
We gotta get it up here. As soon as it gets up to here, roll it on rollers and we'll get it through. It should be no problem.
You're here to do some work. I love it. I knew you would come.
Well, you know what? Look, I try to make promises I can keep. Put that in the kitchen.
I have this like theory, and one day I hope it comes to fruition. I have an idea for a restaurant group, eh?
Yeah.
I want to pitch it to Ryan. Seriously, my idea is this: I take guys like you, I take electrical guys like us,
Yeah.
mechanical guy, and I get you guys as investors. Guy from Nella, get him as an investor. Everything should come together cheaper, easier. Everybody makes some money.
Yeah, but who makes the money at the end?
We'll make money.
To do what? To build restaurants?
Yeah.
Too many people are out there actually trying to do that same thing?
What? Take all the trades and get them in?
No, not to do that. To coordinate something to build restaurants.
No. This is a restaurant group.
So
Where
to
you
build-
guys are investors.
You build your own restaurants.
Yeah. We build
Right.
our own restaurants. But you guys would be part of the
Sure.
shareholders.
Yeah.
But you guys are also the guys that are installing stuff.
How many pieces of the pie can you give out though?
If you build enough restaurants, trust me.
Yeah.
I'd rather own 20% of 10 restaurants than own 80% of one.
Absolutely. This is true. It's possible. Anything's possible.
Andy's a very smart guy, and I'm sure he's thinking about it, but he's a little skeptical of it.
Everybody drops their price for everything, and that's their buy-in. Let's say, for example, to that portion. If the job costs $30,000, if you knock off 20 grand,
That's
right?
your investment.
That's your investment.
Exactly.
Right? So everybody can get in for a little bit of whatever it needs to be, right? Which is an easy way in. But where does all the money come from?
What do you mean, where's all? Oh, what?
Right?
Out of your own pocket.
Well, for me, it's not a problem because, okay, the job's $30,000 regularly, right?
Yeah,
No
yeah.
problem. I'll eat the $20,000.
Yeah, yeah.
I can amortize that over different times and stuff
Yeah.
like that. But where's the big funding come from?
But the rest of it would come from Ryan and I.
All right. You guys are loaded, eh? It's awesome.
No, we're not loaded at all. I'm probably living below the poverty level.
Yeah.
I don't think that these guys necessarily want to get into this kind of business, but I think it would be a good idea if they did. We talked about one thing. Ooh. Huh?
Talking about you, actually. We want to buy your building?
Which building?
Well, how many do you own?
I own a few of them. Which one do you want?
Everything everything's for sale, eh, Gus?
Yeah, give me the
price is right?
Show me the money.
Show me the money. Oh, you want money? I thought I was gonna pay you back in IOUs.
So Andy's gonna finish this today. He told me he's gonna finish everything today by the time he leaves.
Yep. Today, meeting next week. We're pounding, man. We're gonna go.
The neighborhood right now is in some transition, definitely. There's a lot of odd businesses. There's a shoe store across the street. They never open. Wouldn't it be sweet to have a pair of those shoes though? So weird.
It's very family oriented, lots of Italian and Portuguese. Rob, let's go get some custard tarts. It's like a little sandwich.
Okay, let's get a flan. One of these?
Almonds. One of those.
Yeah, and Portuguese tarts to go.
Well, we're working hard. We need a little sweets every once in a while.
Oh yeah? Okay, we'll have one of those. Then can we have 12 stichinata? This is not, it's a good idea, but it's not exactly what we needed to do.
What's this, eat junk food? Eat glorified junk food?
Yeah, and lots of it.
Oh, feels good.
Love it.
Rob and I are very lucky for a lot of things. Drywall is not one of them. It rains every single time we get drywall.
You guys should fucking sprinkle here and solve the problem. Yeah, of course. You fucking flood the fucking building before it catches on fire.
Today's a
So I guess we're at our first real stumbling block.
Our building inspector is he's on a mission. Yeah, I guess he has something to prove in his life.
Despite the fact that our original drawings were stamped without sprinklers, they've decided that we do need them.
Like, I don't know what they want here. The biggest danger in this place is the hood, and it's got a fire suppression. What's gonna happen in here? Somebody's gonna spill a drink? I would understand if the hood and the stoves and all the gas appliances were here. So with these issues with the city, I'm definitely feeling like I don't know. I don't even know if we're gonna open. That's the problem that I have. If somebody comes here and says, you gotta do this, this, and this, cool, I get it. It's very clear, concise, it makes sense. There's a reason why you're telling me. But if you don't exactly know, then don't f***ing say anything. How disorganized can the city of Toronto be? Like, somebody's gotta have a hard rule and say, no, this is the rule, guys, this is what you have to do.
We initially budgeted for sprinklers, but then when they said we didn't need them, we allocated that money to different areas, and we now have to figure out how to get it back.
Go get your code book and come back here and tell me what I need to do. That's what I feel like saying to them. But of course, if you say that, you know, we'll never open here.
We freaked out when they initially told us, and I think we'll continue to freak out every time it's brought up.
We just gotta keep telling them what they want to hear, and that this is a wine cellar. Because clearly, when we said wine cellar, he was fine with it. If you stay positive, if you try to be positive, generally good things are gonna happen. Trust me, something will happen.
No, that's not gonna happen.
Something will happen. Something good will happen. I got a good feeling about this one.
So you mean to tell me?
I don't need to tell you anything. See, I don't say much, but I listen to everything people say.
You're a fucking lawyer.
Like, we don't need to go down New Avenue right now. Like, I just think no matter what road we go down, it's gonna just open up more stuff. So we might as well stay on this road and just try to fix it. And hopefully what he wants is not that crazy. Like, all we want to do is fucking feed people and give them a fucking glass of wine. That's all we want to do. We don't want to install a nuclear reactor in here.
That moment was pretty funny though, because Rob went back to drywalling and I went for a sandwich.
Guys, you want a sandwich?
No, thanks. See you guys.
Okay, ciao.
2 sandwiches?
On the upside though, the fridge is looking good.
I like the neighborhoody feel. Toronto's great for it. Like everything's just, it's got a whole bunch of little areas, little pockets of interesting things. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place makes a mean sandwich. It's all different meats and pâtés. So it's weird. It's like a mixture of sort of French pâtés that have a Asian spin to them, and then like an Asian slaw in a French baguette. And so it's like this weird mix of cultures that, here's foie gras on the can. And like, this one's like French butter from Bretel, which is like a really, really good butter maker. We're investing everything that we have into this restaurant, and we have to find creative ways to go have snacks.
I think we just need to push forward enough that we can, you know, just get it open, and we'll deal with whatever we have to deal with later.
Personally, reputation, financially, everything is on the line.
On the next episode, opening Bestellen.
This room has turned from a passion project to a straight up pain in the ass. And trust me, I want it to be faster.
There's a lot of things on the line.
I'm just scared that we're gonna lose. We could lose everything.